What's up, Buffalo Bills fans? Oh, eh, wow, what a week! What a week! I couldn't even do, and I tried. I tried to do a Dolphins video. I really did, because just after the Jaguar game, just you know what? Let me do a video after a win. I don't need to do one after a loss. I need to do one after a win, and I just couldn't. I couldn't summons up the energy or the wherewithal to do it because I'm like this game tonight. Well, now 1 a.m. Yes, I mean the game yesterday was just huge. It was just so big. I'm sorry, a Bills fan is blowing up my phone right now. So he was at the game. He's sending me pics. For those of you who don't know, I'm in North NJ. I'm only like 4 miles away from MetLife, and he lives a few towns over. So he's sending me pics and stuff. Apparently, Booby Dixon gave the guy's wife a glove, which is a cool thing. But I digress. Um, yeah, it was yeah, he's sending me all kinds of pics. Um, there's one. There's a huddle. Um, wide receivers warming up. Just so you know, I'm not bullshitting. Um, Shady, who was huge tonight. Can't see that really too well. I got the 6+ too, so I'm trying to share with you guys as much as I can. Incognito. So yeah, he had really good seats. He was like right in the front, right where the team comes out or the teams come out. He was right there. So Mario, who ended up getting sick. I mean, I was really scared when because I didn't know he was out even, and they were on defense, and I was like, what the hell? I'm seeing, and I try not to follow Twitter um, at all during a game because everything is so reactionary, and sometimes there's a TV delay, and the reporters jump and they tell you what happens before it happens, and I just try to oh, look at the scumbag Goodell. Look at this piece of shit. Ugh. Sorry. I know you guys all just threw up in your mouth like I did. Let's take a moment. Ugh. Okay. Whew. Yeah. I just like what the hell is it? And I was that was another thing, like having come out of the game now, no injuries. It was just like a sans his, getting sick, probably got food poisoning, dehydrated, something. It was just oh, thank you. It was just thank you the team, and it was Tyrod, did look like he got a little gimpy there. Sammy looked fine. I mean, he had the one drop, but there was a few times where he converted. Particularly the last third down was huge. Revis wasn't on one-on-one with him the whole time. He did have some safety help over the top. It was it's just tough sledding Thursday night game. Just a typical ugly, grind it out. Let's see who flinches. I mean, it's just a lot of, and generally the team that plays smarter football doesn't make mistakes, doesn't turn the ball over, and runs the football well, and takes advantage of the opportunities, wins. The Bills converted 3 of the turnovers into points, I believe. The one, obviously, at the end was to seal the game, which is big in and of itself. McCoy has been, I mean, come on, McCoy, the last 2 weeks has been amazing. 2 back-to-back 100-yard games. This one against the best run defense in the National Football League. You can't. That was big. And I know there's some play calls and some situational things, but this is ugly division game on the road, short week. It's wet. Make zero apologies for it. None. And things, little bickering, nitpicking things, just not interested whatsoever. I'll take this any way I can get it. I think we all should, especially these 2 games were so similar, and I know we've all gone over this in our head, all thinking about last year with KC and Miami. The Sunday night conference game and the Thursday night division game, and they lose both, and there's pretty much the season is a wash. And tonight, just like last Sunday, before the game kicks off, if they don't win this game, it's gonna hard to summon up a lot of enthusiasm, or as much enthusiasm as you would have had for the rest of the season if they don't win. And this game is such close duration. How are you going to summon up the energy to look forward a little bit and just relax and say, hey, there's still like a lot of season left, and you can get to the playoffs, you can get in if they lose. You go back another game in the division, you lose a game in the conference, and especially to the Jets. That would make them 6-3, would knock you down to 4-5. So this way, you even it up with them. You gain a game on them because you beat them, or a half game. I don't know how the mathematics works, but I think they flip-flop with them. Now they're in their spot, and they are the 5th seed in the AFC as of right now. Again, long way to go, but it feels so good because now we can all just relax for just like a few days, enjoy the games on Sunday, enjoy Friday, tomorrow. It feels good, like this, double whammy week to get these 2 wins for us Bills fans was just huge. I mean, having all the stuff that had happened after Jacksonville, the Watkins post, which was, it was immature and it was not smart, definitely not smart, stupid to attack fans like that. I would say, 22 years old with probably a lot of the weight of the world on his shoulders in terms of his family, the organization, and we always, when we talk about him, we attach a price tag to him, which was the 2 first-round picks, and then the narrative there is the 2 first-round picks, and then then there's Beckham and guys of and Mike Evans, who had a ton of drops on Sunday, ton of drops. I mean, I know Watkins had the one at night, but they got to win, and take nothing away from them. It was something that in order to have any kind of hope going forward, it had to be done. Otherwise, I couldn't have got on here really. I mean, I would have done the videos, but I wouldn't want to. I try to be an optimist as much as I can be, but in the back, the realist in you is just like, I don't know if this team has it. And you saw for the Jets tonight. For us Bills fans who had to sit through Ryan Fitzpatrick and Chan Gailey and the throws, and trust me, I turned on Jets post game on SNY right after the game, listened to the radio, and because I wanted to hear it. I wanted to hear it because I knew it, because I watched the game. Throws behind the sticks, routes behind the sticks on 3rd down, key situations, and the quarterback taking those routes. He's gonna do it, and that's his MO. He's not different. He's not different. He's no different of a quarterback than he was when he was with the Bills. He's not. And I'm not trying to kick dirt on him, but, I had to listen for weeks on end, what a panacea Ryan Fitzpatrick has been a quarterback by these Jets fans. I'm like, did you watch him play against the Jets when he was with the Bills? Do you remember any of those games? And I don't know. I just like, I think people just really have adult ADD. They're watching a game, but they're not ingesting the game, like they're on their phone, they're drinking, they're socializing. Like me, I know I'm a bit of a loser. I isolate myself. I watch the game alone in solidarity because I want to take in what I'm seeing. I want to remember these things, and I really want to have as clean a palette as possible in terms of like what I'm seeing in any capacity. Was it good, bad, or indifferent? So, I mean, yeah, tonight, the 4 turnovers, the punts, botch, it was just like, oh, here goes the game. And then my hope was, okay, Fitz is the quarterback. And the defense, who's been much, they've had a lot put on them. Minus Mario, who went out with the sickness, like I stated earlier, it was like, okay. And they turned up. Darby's been amazing. Oh my God. Remember the questions about him before the season? And I always tell people, I tell myself, wait till the season starts. Wait till they play real games. I know we overreact to everything. And sometimes I'm guilty of it. But, man, has he been great. Great. That guy has been amazing, better than the guy that the Texans took in the first round, their cornerback. Not that he's been bad, but Darby has been easy shoo-in for defensive rookie of the year. Easy first team all rookie team. He has not missed a beat. Like, he is upgraded over what down in and down out what Graham was doing over there and McKelvin was doing over there last year, and McKelvin the prior year before that. So the safety play again remains a little, but Bakari Rambo had made 3 turnovers tonight. Big plays. I believe he forced the special teams fumble, stripped Ivory of the ball, and then Duke returned it for a touchdown. Graham had the pick. So tonight, I mean, you can't really, again, you can't really, to me, I'm not gonna, again, tonight's not a night to nitpick, and I shouldn't even. They all did great. A short week, and it was one of those things that's like, oh man, it's just, because you can envision them losing. You go on the road, it's not a long flight, it's just like, the Jets seemingly, they had a lot of momentum. They had just won a tough game against the Jaguars, who played them very, very well, but they turned over the ball a lot. And it was just like, man, this is hard because they're one up on the Bills going into MetLife. They've got, and then all the Rex stuff. There was a lot of noise around this game, and for them to pull it out in the fashion that they had to do it in, it was just, can really get a good night's sleep tonight. We can all get a good night's sleep tonight. Like I stated earlier, the Dolphins win. I couldn't really enjoy it as much. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I couldn't enjoy it as much. I couldn't do the video. I was just like, there's this game coming right now, and I was just like, here we go. Because if I was to have done a video, a loss in any one of these games or both, it would have been like, the season's over. Season's over. You're not going undefeated. You're not gonna be 10-6, and you're not gonna, you're staring 3-7 right down the barrel because you got the Patriots on the road on Monday night. So what do you want to do with that? It's tough. It's a very tough road to hoe if you put yourself in a bind like that with two losses there. But they, to get these 2 wins, and it's like I've said before, I might have already said it in the video, that the November play for me is huge. I need to see this team, how they're playing this time of the year against, teams that are considered their peers or better. And you could say, like, in some circles, the Dolphins I think the Dolphins, going through all they've gone through, are right now considered a rung below. But going into the season, given the Bills situation at quarterback and all kinds of other things, it was, people could have said, well, I think that the Dolphins will be better than the Bills, and rightfully so. The same starting quarterback for how many years? He had a really good game against the Bills in Miami, and so they had some big free agent moves, and you fire your coach, you change coordinators. A lot of pretty much wrote the script on their season. And with the Jets, Rex being the former coach, now with the Bills, Bowles, was hot. People talking about how much more refreshing it is to have a real coach who's much more of the the cookie cutter mold in terms of the way he comports himself. And you saw Rex. I mean, tonight's presser was that was vintage Rex. I mean, he turned it up 10 dials. And that's another thing I want to touch on before I end the video, is that if nothing else, and this is something I stated in the prior video I did, if nothing else, and one of the biggest problems with the NFL and a lot of things in life are supposed to be fun. You're supposed to, and just life in general, there's this levity to be had, and taking things, and most people just take things way too seriously, put things way too much on you have to, you can't do this, you're disrespectful, you can't flip the bat in baseball because it's so disrespectful, you're showing up the pitchers, and you're in football, you can't say these things or do this because of the bulletin board material. and for me, maybe I would above that mindset, but getting a little more mature and looking at it in broader, bigger, a bigger picture. Football's supposed to be fun. Football, at its essence, was supposed to be fun. Sports, fun, and if nothing else, Rex has made football fun again for Bills fans, who we all know needed football to be fun because the dry, overcooked cold chicken, wet mop personalities or lack thereof that we've had, at these pressers or just as a face of or lack thereof faces of the sort has been just woefully short. We all know who all Rex's predecessors are. And it's important, I think, to have a guy that the fans identify with that is out front in front of the organization. It's important in that regard. And it gives them a little pub, a little push, a little fluff, and they've needed that. They've needed that. I mean, even with the McCoy trade, big trade, a lot of people were, and he turned up big in these last two games. There was a lot of talk, even with one of my friends. He said this injury is going to linger all year. Who would have thought? The way he's bounced back in the two 100-yard games, especially against the Jets tonight. I felt like I felt he was just on a few of those carries. He was just one. He was going to pop one, and I mean like really pop one. He was going to take one like 50, 60. But it was just a grinded out, tough game. I think that's why Boom Herron was active because with Shady's shoulder, they just were like, look, let's just have this running back just in case. So yeah, it's a good one, Bills fans, and like I stated, no injuries. Rex just with the presser was just again the guy you love to hate if he's on the other side of it, and the guy that you love when he's on your side, and it's making football fun again. Needing these two games, and getting them. Unlike last year. So, all right, guys, you have a good one. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the games. Got Thanksgiving coming up soon, so let's hope that we can really enjoy that too. And just again, think about it. Just enjoy your weekend. Enjoy Friday. Enjoy, enjoy it. All right, guys. Have a good one and take care.